is potential for Florida State to make that type of push. It's just, I just literally just said on the last take that I think Clemson's going to win the ACC. So 2 ACC teams are not going to make the top 4 playoffs in 2023, right? So process of elimination. I don't think they're going to quite make the push, but I think they're talented enough to be in the ACC championship game, or at least be into the conversation of winning the ACC down into the last stretch of the season. And if they're in the last stretch and they make a hard push, I think they are talented enough. Because like you said, Joe, I mean, you have Trey Benson, you have Johnny Wilson, you have a starting quarterback in Jordan Travis who took a massive step in 2022. You have Jared Verse at defensive end, who is probably the biggest recruiting pitch that Mike Norvell made this offseason, the ability to get him to come back to school and not enter the NFL draft. So they are talented enough to make that push. But ultimately, I think that Clemson wins the ACC.
It's really interesting, this one with the Clemson-Florida State dynamic, because a lot of it will kind of come down to that matchup early in the season, September 3rd, right? And September 23rd. What I think about when I go back and look at Florida State this past year, I'm surprised that you're not talking about Jordan Travis in the same sense as a Cade Klubnik. I think that he has shown regularly that he is on a path to have a more of a breakout season than Cade is, but despite maybe not being as popular or as on popular demand as Cade in some of the recruiting trials. But, Jordan is a baller. He's improved dramatically at the position. His ability to run and scramble and make plays with his feet is extremely impressive. And Jordan Verse, like Ryan just mentioned, I mean, he's going to be a difference maker for that football team. I am selling them as far as a college football contender, but I do think that this will be one of the seasons where we are going to see a college football playoff where every team in the college football playoff has at least one loss.
I think that this team is so well-rounded front to back that you don't need Jordan Travis to be in the Heisman conversation to get that far. I think if he plays a little bit better than what he did last season, play as well as he did in the bowl game against Oklahoma, if you get games like that out of him against the important, difficult opponents on their schedule, they will reach the college football playoff.